Welcome to the Sisters Uncensored podcast, where we get into everything from childhood trauma to millennial adulting and all things in between. We share crazy stories from the past and present to help us cope with the insanity that is our lives. By sharing our perspectives, we hope to bring some relatability, laughter, and unsolicited advice that can help you survive the messiness of life along with us. My name's Jessica Labita. I'm a millennial mom, wife, and marketing professional, and I am absolutely insane. My name is Ashley Lanive. I am a millennial stay-at-home mom, avid golfer, and too mouthy for my own good. We are real sisters, and this is Sisters Uncensored. Take this trip with us. Welcome back to Sisters Uncensored. Today, I want to talk about something that I think a lot of people aren't honest about, which is co-parenting after divorce.
Okay. All right.
I feel like we're in a place where we're like trying to rebuild our life and like start fresh and do all the things that we've been doing, right? Being more mindful, positive. We're busy as shit because we're constantly like meeting with contractors and
There's just a lot going
yeah, there's like
on. There's
so much
going
work.
on.
Like everything's been crazy town
It's been exhausting.
professionally. And then like I feel like
Home front wise.
home front wise, right? Like kids have been sick, lots of snow days.
Oh
like
we had an entire like week of kids being homesick.
Yeah.
It was Mila from Friday afternoon till Monday.
Yep.
Carly from Friday to Monday.
Maybe, yeah. She was out from school a
Maybe
couple
Friday
days.
to Sunday.
Yep.
And then Trey.
And then Trey started this yesterday.
Oh my God.
And he was out yesterday and today.
I just hope we don't get it.
I know.
I just don't
I
need
keep
that.
like eating Zycam like it's candy.
I know, like you're pezzing it. I get it.
I was like, please don't let me get sick. I feel all right. Knock on wood.
Yeah. I'm just a little tired.
No, I know. Today's rough. I am very tired today.
Okay. All right.
So this
tell me what you
whole
want to talk about.
this whole parenting together after divorce thing for me, it's a lot more challenging than I anticipated. And I know you've gone through a lot of this before, but I could use advice. And I know we've kind of had some conversations about this, but not necessarily in this format where I think it might help other people to sort of hear some of the things that are happening
Yeah.
and try to figure out like, how can we help each other with this? Because it's hard.
Okay. So I think in your situation right now, you're in the thick of it because everybody's still adjusting to their new normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no firm schedule.
No.
I feel like that's a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like another thing too is communication's not going very smoothly.
Yep.
And that what at least from the outside looking in, what I can't stand about that is that seems like there's a lot of communication going through the kids.
Yep.
And I feel like that puts them in the middle. That's no good.
No, I agree.
Try to avoid that at all costs if you can.
I know. It's communication has definitely been challenging. And I think everyone keeps saying to me, like, don't worry, it's gonna get better. Or like you just said, you're in the thick of it, right? But it doesn't make it any easier
No.
right now.
It doesn't.
And yeah, I'm hopeful that things are gonna get better over time, but it's
growing pains.
it sucks. Like I feel horrible all the time. And it's like making what I thought would, and I know ultimately will result in like more peace in my life. And this is why this decision was made. And hopefully for all of us we'll be at peace. I still think there's like some obviously animosity and tension with, transitioning and everything. But I've been trying so hard to like stay on the high road and keep my communication like very matter of fact, very detailed, but not overwhelming. And like the things I'm being met with are not kind, and they're also not productive or helpful to the kids. And I feel like it's been putting the kids like in a weird spot.
So here's the thing. There's obviously lingering resentment going on.
Oh, for sure.
And I have seen you taking the high road. And I mean, I remember being in that position where it was like, you want to be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'm not gonna.
No.
It's not gonna do anybody any good.
No.
I'll say fuck you to you. I won't say it to the person because it's not gonna be, nothing good's gonna come of it. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
at the same time, I think what's really important, at least what I learned when I was going through anything like this, was boundaries. Like you have to
Yeah.
know what your boundaries are. You have to know what kind of things you're going to tolerate for the greater good and what things you're like, you know what, that's a hard no for me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm tolerating a lot right now. I'm really, really making a conscious effort
I know.
to be transparent and ask for help when I need it, and also to encourage, like, I think time together with the kids. I feel like as women, we run our households
Yeah.
from top to bottom, right? And so when you separate from your partner, organically, the kids just sort of gravitate to mom.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the case in every situation. It's definitely not, I'm sure. But in my situation, that's how I feel like it's been. And it's because I work from home, I have flexible work hours, I'm able to take them to school, pick them up from school, take them to activities, drive them to
Right.
work, like do all the things during the day that if you're sitting in an office from 9 to 5, you're not going to be able to be that kind of a parent.
Right.
And that's how we've always parented the kids together. But now for me, I'm realizing that, I guess even more so, that I've carried a big part of the load. And not that he hasn't, because he's an amazing dad, right? Like, you know that.
Yeah, of course.
And he's very good about like taking the kids where they need to be and spending time with them. But for like the purposes of just like day-to-day communication and scheduling, I feel like I'm being met with a lot of resistance and attitude.
Yeah.
And it's like you're trying to be sensitive, you're trying to be understanding and compassionate with the whole situation in its entirety. But what's starting to piss me off a little bit at this point is like, this is affecting our kids and they feel like they have to be stuck between the two of us. And I don't want that
No, that's
at
fair.
all.
No, I don't blame you. You're right.
But I can't control other people. Like, this is one of those things that we talk about all the time. I
So,
can't control how he responds. What all I can control is myself.
so this is what I'm talking about when I say
Boundaries.
boundaries. All right. Like, uh, I'm not taking phone calls, getting shouted at, or
Yeah.
shit like that. Like,
Yeah, we don't have that
no,
really
you don't have that
happening.
problem. You really
No.
don't. It's really just snarkiness through
It is.
text.
It's
That's
like,
what it is.
that's
It's
exactly what it is.
it's
like,
snarkiness and it's
it's
like name calling shit. Like, don't do that.
yeah, implications of things that are not what they are. Like that I'm a bad mom.
That you're lazy.
And I'm lazy. Yeah.
This chick, are you kidding me?
Oh, it's like, and I think it's said because it makes us react that way, right? Like,
no, you know what? I do think a lot of the times when someone is saying stuff like that in these types of situations, they're looking for a fight. You have to know when someone is baiting you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think for the most part, you're aware.
Yeah.
Like, you don't snap back. You take a breath.
Yeah.
You know, you'll digest it and you'll ask me, like,
Yeah.
how
like
should I respond to
when
this?
crazy shit happens, I'm literally like, I'm like, screenshot, send to Ash. And I'm like, okay, now what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
Because I just got told, like, whatever. What was the, oh, I know. Let's talk about the actual like thing that happened. So,
Okay.
Yeah, because there's like a whole story here. So there's been no fixed schedule with our divorce. We just agreed to be flexible. Our kids are older, so we were like, we can do what they want us to do, and we will be there and accommodate for them. The problem with not having a set schedule is that I feel like I'm taking on the majority of the load, and what was supposed to be like 50-50 split in parenting time is not equaling out to be that. And I'm not saying that because I feel like I have too much on my plate with regard to the kids. I'll take all of the weight of the kids on me.
I get
it's
that.
not the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I think where this comes back to like running the household, where I was responsible for scheduling and doing everything and telling everyone where and when they needed to be certain places.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that same level of communication is happening now that we're in two separate houses. And so I feel like he needs to almost be encouraged on how he can spend more time with them, because he's working all day long and isn't getting home until 5 o'clock.
Right.
And then they're at activities from 5 till 9.
Yeah, 9 o'clock
every
9:30
night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the time that is available to spend with the kids as quality time, it's limited because they're crazy busy. Like,
They're at that
they have
age.
busy schedules.
And they're at that age.
Yeah.
You know, like,
So it's almost like you have to take what you can get with
Yeah.
the kids.
Mhm.
And it's harder, I think, when you're not in the house to identify those opportunities.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to be like, hey, we have nothing tonight, like, or we're done with CCD or whatever. Like, hey, Tuesday's free. Like, why don't you guys hang out? Like, why don't you go to hang out with your dad?
All
Like,
right.
he misses you.
This is
So wait, let's finish telling the story.
okay.
So this has been like my perspective, I feel like, and where I've been coming from. And you could correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Like, but I really do want him, I don't want him to not have time with them.
I know what you mean.
He loves them and
Of
they love him
course.
and they deserve to spend time together. And I created this situation. So I also want to facilitate,
Yeah, I understand.
helping everyone to see each other
And I think you
spend
do
time
that.
with one another. Yeah.
You do that.
I'm really trying. But there was definitely a lack of communication that occurred last weekend where we had to do an event and we had plans with stuff that I had communicated to everyone earlier than like the actual event taking place.
Mhm.
And
We had confirmed that the kids were going to be
home because I thought
like
he
at
was
our house.
working all week.
Yeah.
Or weekend.
Weekend. Yeah.
And it turned out he wasn't working all weekend. He was just working until Saturday evening. So he intended to pick the kids up Saturday evening and spend all day night with them and then all day Sunday with them.
But because we had an event on Sunday and we thought the kids were going to be home all weekend, we thought they would be there to watch my daughter,
Right.
who's 6 and can't be left alone.
And what actually happened was Carly was not available. She was doing something else if it was working or whatever.
Right.
And so it was Trey's first opportunity to like really babysit. And he's not.
He's the little brother.
He's
So
the
it's-
youngest.
Yeah. He was excited, I think, to be in charge.
Yeah, I think he knew he was watching her for a few days. And he
Yeah.
was like very excited to be like
And he loves playing with her.
the big brother almost
Yeah.
or the big cousin, right? Like
Yeah.
he was looking forward to being the responsible one to take care of her while we were gone. And then I had found out that their dad wanted to be with them and couldn't take them. And Trey, I think, felt very stuck in the middle because his dad wanted him to come with him, but I think he really wanted to stay and babysit.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I think I don't think that Trey feels comfortable enough like telling him like, oh, I just want to be home. I've been at it all week and,
Yeah.
and things like that. And like I just want to recharge and lay in my bed with my cat or whatever it might be.
Right.
And I think he feels guilty because he feels like he's probably hurting his feelings.
Right.
And he's like a mush. Like he's very sensitive to
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I feel like instead of just being upfront and saying, X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
he
Like
kind
I'm
of
excited to watch Mila tonight. It's the first time I get to babysit by myself. I want to be here.
I think he just defaulted to being like, oh, I have to watch Mila.
Right.
And like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it turns into, this is bullshit. He's not your personal babysitter, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whoa, first of all, I make arrangements, okay? I'm not like spur of the moment. This is all
Yeah.
I do,
Yeah.
all right?
Is
Is have to
plan
make
around children's schedules
Exactly.
and figure out who's got to be where when.
Exactly. So if I check to confirm that the kids are going to be there and they're okay with, watching her or one of them or whatever, great. If not, also no problem.
Yeah, we can find someone else. We
Yeah.
have lots of resources to help.
I'll call mom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, P.S. Shout out to Deb for really coming through this week. 3 times she helped me out hardcore because kids were sick. They ended up changing their plans and
Yep.
having to go where they had to go, whatever. And Mila
She
got
stepped
sick.
in.
She really helped us out. And she did the dishes,
Yeah.
which I was like, I love you so much.
Uh-huh.
It was shout out to Deb.
Yeah, our mom has been absolutely amazing. and
Super
helping
helpful.
us so much lately because we have been so crazy busy.
Yeah.
So this whole incident happens and my ex is super pissed at me and is basically like feels like I'm not letting the kids come to him or I'm keeping them from him.
That's not the case.
And that's not-
That
it
is
was-
not what's happening.
It was honestly just a miscommunication.
Mhm.
And so I let him be angry. Trey ended up staying and like helped us with Mila. He watched her anyway. We did whatever we had to do. We were home, like
Mhm.
no big deal. And I kind of gave it time to just like
Simmer.
simmer.
Let the dust settle.
Right. And then the next day, because you and I had been talking, and I'm like, what do I need to do here to like avoid this shit from happening going forward? Because I feel like I'm not getting all the information that I need. I'm sure he feels the same way. The kids are stuck in the middle. Like it kind of sucks.
And we were actually talking to our cousin who has been
Oh,
through this
yes, yes, yes,
experience
yes,
with her
yes.
own 2 children,
Yes,
an
and
ex-husband,
yes,
and she made an excellent suggestion.
she did.
I would not have thought of this. It was that was an experienced suggestion.
Yeah, so she popped over as all this was kind of happening, like real time, our cousin Courtney. And she had said, you know, the thing that I found the best for communicating with the whole family is to create a group chat where everyone is on it, mom, dad, and the kids, so that we can coordinate schedules and work around each other and just be flexible and
Yeah.
maybe decide, however we decide what the schedule is going to be for the week. So it still allows for that flexibility, but it also kind of sets a schedule or expectations for like Monday you're with dad, Tuesday you're with mom,
Everybody's
Wednesday,
on the same
whatever.
page.
Everybody's on the same page.
That's the point.
So I create the group chat and I send this message out to the fam that's like, you know, hey guys, exactly what I just said. Like we want to be able to talk openly. I know an issue happened this weekend that made all of us feel uncomfortable. We want to like not have that happen again. I'm
Right.
sorry that happened because I feel awful.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like we got to find a better way to talk moving forward. So Courtney suggested this family group chat. I make a family group chat. I send out the message to the 4 of them.
The 4 of you.
The 4 of us, myself and my 2
I'm not
kids
on it,
and
guys.
him, not Ash. He left the group chat
Like instantly.
immediately.
That I was really disappointed.
So
to
then
see
this
that.
situation is where I like screenshot like my message. I send it to Ash and I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? I don't even know what to do.
See, this is, I think, for us, based on our experience as children dealing with fucking tit for tat and
Yeah.
fighting and just
Yeah, like
absolute
intentional,
self-sabotage
like-
with these two.
Yeah.
I feel like we're hypersensitive to that.
Very much.
And also, this is something learned from just experience of splitting and
Yeah.
having to figure this stuff out. The parents need to love their kids more than they hate each other
Yeah.
or more than they're mad at each other or whatever. You need to love those kids more than any of that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like super, super important.
Yeah. And
Because it limits that shit.
I listen, you have to put the kids in front of everything,
Yeah.
especially right now. As teenagers, they're
YOLO.
in such a critical period of life where they are becoming adults. And this was the same point in life that we were at when this shit happened to us. And
Yeah.
it made us fucking crazy. So, like, I don't want that for them, which is why I communicate so openly with my kids and try to communicate openly with him as well. But it's really hard when it's one sided. And, like, this is the story of my marriage. Like, I feel like everything's one sided. Now, not to say I'm not at fault for things. There are certainly things that have occurred over the period of time that led to the dissolution of the marriage.
Obviously. It's never one
No.
thing. Come on.
And I own it and will take accountability for all of it. But what I need now is for us to like get over that because we still have to co-parent moving forward and we have to do the best things for our kids. And one of the things that I have done recently, which I think has really helped me to like change my perspective on having to drive everywhere. And I may have said this already before, but I'm going to say it again because it's something I have to keep reminding myself of. And I feel like if you guys are in a same boat where you're like struggling with some of this stuff, it's good to remember these kids' time with us is limited. My kids are 16 and 14. They're going to be gone in a couple years. And so when I have what I look at now as an opportunity to drive my son to baseball and sit in a car with him and chit chat for an hour
it's a
on the way there
privilege.
and an hour on the way back, that time is so special. It's something
Priceless.
that I never thought of that way until recently.
Mm-hmm.
And shifting my mindset with that thought and not looking at it as a chore or having to go out late,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
as time spent to be with the kids even if it's 10
One-on-one.
minutes driving home from work,
And
like
one-on-one.
one-on-one.
I think the same thing about picking me up from school. And
Yep.
like when her school said they don't offer busing, I was like, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Because that 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back,
Yep.
it's just me and her. And we just chat or we sing or we do whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But it's one-on-one time
Yeah.
together.
It's really, really nice. And it's something that I've come to over the last couple of months, like really appreciate.
At the same time, don't get me wrong. It's not always, peaches and cream when you got to drive out on a Friday night at 7 o'clock to go to baseball practice,
Yeah.
not getting home until 9:30 when you are done
Yeah. Dead
for the
tired.
week.
Yeah.
I'm done for the week. Or waking up at the ass crack of dawn
Yeah.
to get them to practice at 7 a.m. or
Yes.
whatever it is the
Yes.
next day on a
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes.
Like, nobody wants to do that. You know what I
No.
mean? And at the same time, you are trying to find the silver lining, which is
Yeah.
great.
Even the Saturday morning baseball, like having to do the late Friday night and then get up early for the
Ugh.
Saturday morning, like, yeah, it sucks. I'm fucking tired all the
Yeah.
time. Like, I am exhausted.
And like when a Saturday comes around, you just want to not
right.
wake
Lay
up
in,
to a fucking
rest.
alarm clock.
Totally. But what
Ugh.
I've started doing now is taking that time while he's there. So I drive with him, right? But then I take the time while he's there to go out by myself or with a friend in the morning. If somebody will come with me, if you'll come with me, like whoever wants to come, sometimes Carly will want to come, like
Don't bother
we
me.
go out to breakfast, like, and I can make that hour-long wait time more like quality time with other people or
Yeah.
alone
Or alone time
with
where you
me,
just can be
where I
by
can, like,
yourself.
whew.
Read a book.
I love it.
I know.
I love it.
Yeah, I agree. I
So like
agree.
shifting my mind on that has really helped me. And I think that overall situation is what's really helped me try to be a better communicator and work through this whole co-parenting thing. But
I think this is
it's
also
rough.
it's one of those, again, this is growing pains where like you're figuring out one, like it's expected of you to do it every single time.
Yeah.
The only time that it doesn't happen is if you ask.
Right.
And otherwise, or make other arrangements.
Yeah.
Which still requires asking somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily right. I understand that schedules are finicky and you got to have some flexibility and help each other out. But I think what you guys should be doing, in my opinion, is you should have set days, whether it's every Wednesday and every weekend or every Tuesday and Thursday and every other weekend, whatever works best.
Yeah.
Okay. However many days a week, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you plan your schedule around knowing that this
the kids
is
have to be in
gonna
these
be
places. Yeah.
the kids plan their schedule knowing they're going to be at mom's or they're going to be at dad's.
Right.
And the same thing goes for the parents. You plan it around the scheduled dates versus, being like, okay, I'm going to take them on Thursday and it's 10 o'clock Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, okay, but listen, there's times where that's going to be easier,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that makes sense. But at the same time, like, there's such a lack in communication that it's like, okay, you want to take them tomorrow. I understand you have the time and you want to spend it with them, but they've already committed to X, Y, and Z, or like we plan to do this and this was part, like, you got to have some kind of schedule and then everybody should be scheduling around the designated days.
Yeah.
The extra days, that's different. But I think right now, the time spent is scheduled around personal schedules, like
Right.
the adult schedule versus
In
having set days for the kids.
In his case.
Yeah. I mean,
And I mean in mine
and yours too.
too.
Listen,
There's times where I'm like, I'm working. I cannot do any, like, no.
I'm not going to be your
DoorDash
DoorDasher and bring you lunch, Carly. Buy lunch like a normal person at school. And if she won't do it, I get the text. She texted me like 3 times yesterday. Please, I'm
I know.
starving.
I was like, no, I'm in meetings. I'm working. I have a ton of stuff to do. Like, no.
I'm like, girl, I'm in the middle of 1,000 things right now. And when she came home and we had all the people there,
Yeah.
like there were so many people at the house. So when she came home, I was like, see, I'm not bullshitting you. If I were just sitting around with my thumb up my ass,
right.
I'd be happy to help
Bring
you
you
out.
DoorDash.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't all the time, you
But
know?
those are the requests that I'm like, I don't even know that he would be getting them
Never.
because he's at work.
Never.
So yeah, like,
no.
and so this is like, there's just an imbalance, and it's not anyone's fault, but
It's no.
we have to like figure out how to settle into where I want him to have equal time with them just as much as I'm getting time with them that I enjoy. I want him to have that too. Like,
Yeah, I
he
think
should.
it's one of, like I said, I think it's one of those things where if
You
there
made
were
that point. It was like
designated
when you
days,
said prioritizing around like them and making the kids the priority versus your work schedule
as
or
the
your
right.
personal schedule be the priority, and then seeing the kids around that, that's not
That's
good. Like
it's and listen, that's something that most people don't figure out right away. Like,
yeah.
don't get me wrong. This is only because I've been through.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and not even that I had like shared time or anything like that, but I know what my priorities are,
Yeah.
and I need to schedule around that.
Yeah.
And listen, if it means, an extra shift opens up for you can work a double on the day that you have the kids, well, maybe decline. Sometimes you decline.
Yeah.
Or you do it and you still have the kids there.
Yeah, they can be home.
They
They're
should
old enough
yeah,
to be home.
exactly. Like I feel like, and maybe I don't know if we necessarily felt this when we were kids. I guess we did. I don't remember really feeling otherwise, but um being at mom's house or being at dad's house both felt like I was home.
Agree.
You
Yeah.
know, and I think that's important for them too.
Yes, I
Like,
agree.
not like one feels more like home than the other. They both should feel equally comfortable. So you should be able to be there and, hang out by yourself. If you were out running around all day and the kids were home, wouldn't make a fucking difference.
No.
And
Not
it
at
should
all.
be the same.
Yeah,
Like
agree.
I want them to feel the same way about being at his house.
Yeah.
And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to speak for them. I don't know how they feel.
Yeah.
But from the outside looking in, that's
Yeah.
that would be a primary focus to me.
So, is it our job to lead these situations as like moms and the women to keep it from being like less uncomfortable for everyone? Because like I can tell that the kids get uncomfortable. I am sure he's uncomfortable.
I know.
I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable.
I know.
But and yet at the same time I feel like I'm not the only adult here, and like for the greater good, we need to focus our priorities differently. And I'll say we, but I really mean him.
Okay. I get it. I understand what you're saying. I think
And I know he's having a hard time, and I know, and like it hurts my heart to know that he's
I know.
unsettled and feels, I'm sure, alone, because the kids are with us 90% of the time because they take the school bus, and when he leaves, like there's just a lot in life that like lines up to how it works out, which is even more of a reason why when you have free time, like you shouldn't be prioritizing beauty sleep over your kids.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. And listen, you know me, I love my sleep.
Yes.
I love my sleep.
Yeah.
But if my kid is homesick and I have to catch puke, it means, sorry, Ash, you don't get to nap this morning. You're going to catch the puke.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be up all night,
Yeah.
putting ice packs on and doing the whole thing. That's what I got to do.
I think the thing that is most challenging for me is that I continue to adjust my life to make everyone else around me more comfortable. And yet the reason I'm in this situation is because I've tried to adjust my life to make my life more comfortable for me and everyone else around me. And so it's like a double-edged sword, because
Yeah.
it's like,
I think you're starting to come to the mentality of, like, listen, first of all, I'm more than willing to work with you. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. That's fine. It's not even up for debate.
No.
Like, we're good.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
and I really am good. Like I don't
again, I'm the initiator of this situation, so I think it's easier for me because it doesn't feel like my life's rug was pulled out. I died of 1,000 paper cuts,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I get that.
But I'm sure it feels very differently for
His end of
him and the
things.
kids.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
It
so
was a major change.
I continue to try to be sensitive to that, but at the same time, I'm like, move on, people. Like, we gotta move forward.
Yeah.
And if we continue to sit here and go tit for tat or be bitchy or leave group conversations or name call or make the children feel bad because they wanted to be in one place versus another, like, this is no bueno. We can't be doing that.
Oh, I felt so bad for poor Trey.
It's
I
so
was like, oh my God, he
uncomfortable.
was going to have so much anxiety for the next 2 days. I think because he felt bad, like that he hurt his feelings and that he would be mad at him.
I know.
And,
know.
like that, that's another thing too. Like, again, this is a communication thing. And you can't communicate for other people.
No.
All right. Like, everybody's going to have to start figuring out how to use their voice.
Yeah.
Their inside voice.
Preferably.
Preferably, yeah, exactly. And
say what you mean.
just say what's on your mind.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Talk about
How
what you have
feel.
to talk about.
Right.
Exactly.
This is making me uncomfortable because I feel like I am going to hurt his feelings if I don't go there, but I really want to stay here and babysit Mila. So that's something the kids need to learn to communicate.
Yeah,
but it's also something the adults around the kids need to be able to hear.
That, and they listen. You can't punish them.
No.
For it is the point. Like, I mean, listen, I can remember being a kid and thinking if, I said I wanted to stay at dad's. I remember, wanting to go and move into dad's house. And, we lived with mom and thinking to myself, like, I couldn't bring myself to tell her that I wanted to move into dad's house. It took, a catastrophe to take place for me to move in there. But I didn't want to hurt her feelings or make her feel bad.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like that's probably where they are right now, which is a really shitty spot to be in as a kid.
Yeah. It's a shitty spot to be in as a parent even. Like,
yeah. But
for,
you know what?
For
As
me,
the
like,
parent,
when they want to go there, like, I'm happy that they want to go there and spend time with him. And I think it's great. They should. But there is like an element of all of this, I think, that should be spoken out loud. It's that, like, you're still feeling like you're losing half your time with your kids.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that's a hard adjustment for any parent. It's been difficult for me as well.
I think it's important too that it should be understood that if the kids are with us, or like kids are with me this day, like at my house, I'm responsible for the picking up. I'm responsible for the dropping off.
Yeah.
I'm responsible to get this one to school, this one from the bus stop, that one to work, this one to practice.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah. All the things.
Yeah.
But it goes both ways, you know?
Well,
I feel like that's been a little bit of a disconnect too, where it's like somehow you're still expected to do all of those things on days that like he has them.
Yep.
And that's not really right, in my opinion. I don't know.
So how do you co-parent with someone when there's still like that anger or resentment there?
I mean, you got to just keep taking the high road. That's all you can do. Over time, listen, time heals all wounds. It'll get better. It's not going to be like this forever.
Yeah, maybe the goal right now is not like my hope at the end of all of this is that he and I can be like friends, besties. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to get emotional, but I will if I keep talking. But like, I love him.
I know.
And so it's hard. And then seeing this trickle down on my kids is hard. But I think my goal, maybe short term, needs to be more about like focusing on the immediate needs as opposed to the longer term goal of like being friends and getting to that point. Like, I wish that could happen overnight.
Yeah, that's not going to happen overnight.
And I think that's where I need to be better is like people need time.
Yeah.
And just because I'm feeling more over it or better doesn't mean everyone else is.
Well, that's the thing too. You can't control how other people are processing.
No,
yeah.
And I really get that, right? Like,
I know
really
you're mindful of
trying
that.
to be sensitive to that, but it doesn't make it any easier.
No.
It's hard.
It's still, listen, it all I can tell you is it's not going to last forever. I think doing small things like the group chat was a small thing I felt like would have gone a long way, a
Agreed.
really long way.
Yeah.
Setting the days, whatever the days are going to be, and sticking to it. I talked to Dad about this, and he was saying, you know what? When you guys were kids, I had you every Wednesday and every other weekend, and I never missed a day.
Hmm.
And furthermore, you didn't have a choice. All right. It wasn't like, oh, maybe you want to go, maybe you don't, whatever. It was my day. I'm taking my time. This
Yeah.
is my time with you. All
Yeah.
right. And that was it.
Yeah.
And we fell in line.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
So maybe there's just a little bit too much flexibility going on
Possibly.
with everything where we're giving everybody a little bit too much freedom to
Yeah.
make
Yeah. And
these
it's
kinds of
creating more
choices.
chaos.
Yeah. And maybe it just needs to be tightened up a little. It might help.
I am totally open to suggestions that anyone might have on how to deal with this because it's been hard. And I want my kids to be okay. I want my kid's father to be okay. Like, I really
Course, we
do
love
want this
him.
to be better for all of us. My son is making his confirmation this weekend, and
Oh,
he wanted to go to a restaurant after. So I invited everyone to come, and my ex is just not there yet. He's not ready to be in a room with all of our family.
yeah.
And that's hard for me
I know that's hard. I know. And you know
because
what?
in my mind, I'm like, suck it up. It's not about how you feel. It's about your son and one day that he gets to make this,
I know.
special moment happen with all of us. And now we have to, like, so
He
I'm
wants to do
explaining
it
it to him and I'm
separately.
like, yeah, well, now you're going to have 2 confirmation parties. I'm like, I spin it that way to Trey, but at the same time, it hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason that, in my mind, that we can't all be together.
No, you know what?
And I don't know what he's thinking.
I think you have to understand too, being the product of that type of thing makes you see the bigger picture of how petty something like that is.
Yeah, and he's been fortunate enough not to ever
Yeah,
have that.
listen,
Thank God.
Same thing goes with,
Yeah.
my co-parent.
Yeah.
You did not come from a broken home.
Yeah.
You did not have divorced parents. You were blessed enough to have parents married
100%.
their entire time, your entire life,
Yeah.
which is excellent. When you've gone through the trauma of like this one's pulling this way, this one's pulling that way, and it's my way, that way, separate, this, that. I remember dreading thinking like, oh my God, I'm never going to get married.
So
I'm
literally,
never
that's
gonna get
where my
married.
brain went when this happened. Like when he was like, "I'd like to just do my own thing," and thank you, and respectfully declined. And it was
It
respectful.
was, yeah.
It wasn't contentious or anything. It hurts me because I know I'm the reason. Like he doesn't want to be in a room with me.
That's okay. That's okay. And that'll change.
I know.
It'll change. Listen, if Glenn and Deb
I
could get
know.
along,
It's true. If they can do
you're
it,
going to be
we'll be
fine.
fine.
You'll be fine.
But it's a lot of those things. It's like the trauma of reliving this again in a new role,
the fear of making your children go through what you
We went through.
experienced. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think as shitty as it is that we went through that, it's super beneficial for us because we're hypersensitive to
Yeah.
it. So like same thing with my daughter. Whenever her dad wants to like spend
See her?
time,
Yeah.
I never say no.
No.
I never say no. I would never say
I know.
no. You know what I mean? We'll work it out.
Yeah.
I would do holidays with his family, all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
There was one instance where we were supposed to do a holiday together, and I was like, I cannot do it. I cannot even be in the same room as him. I'm never this petty. I'm never like that. I cannot do today.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I mean, and I
And
guess
now
that's
that was a-
normal, right?
yeah,
Like,
listen, and it's unfortunate because the other person gets hurt by it,
sure.
and it was something with his family too. So
Yeah.
he was the one who was left out,
Interesting.
which
Well, that's
but-
kind of how I felt too, because I was like, I'm not extending the invite to to his parents
yeah,
and
of
stuff. So
course.
like, but then they're now in an
Now,
awkward spot because
they're in the middle.
yeah, and I
Mhm.
just hate this. I
I
hate
know.
it.
It'll get better. Things will settle. It's really fresh still. You have to understand, like this was the fastest split ever,
I know.
and everything happened so quickly. it's just still in the adjustment zone. It's still
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah.
All right? Get into your new normals.
I know.
Set firm schedules.
I need to be
Have
patient
boundaries.
and probably give a
Respectable
little more
boundaries.
grace.
Yeah, listen, I think you're giving plenty of grace, don't get me wrong, and I don't blame you for getting frustrated. I'm sure he gets frustrated too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it too is with this separation and the lack of communication. Um, People get in their own heads and they misinterpret tone through like a text where
Yeah.
like you mean nothing by it or he means nothing by it, but the other one's receiving it this way or being defensive this way. And
Yeah.
it's all that kind of stuff. It'll get better.
I hope so.
But like small steps,
yeah,
really small steps. You are not going to achieve being best friends anytime soon.
I know.
And that's okay.
I know. I know.
It takes time.
I know. And all right. So I'm going to wrap this up, but I think the key points that I got from this conversation is one, this is still very new and I need to give myself some grace as far as
And other people.
and I need to give other people grace as far as expectations because people process situations very differently. And although I might be feeling at one stage, other people are at other stages. And so trying to just be respectful of that and kind and understanding, and also continuing to try to encourage mutual conversation because it can't be one way. Like, I can't be the only one communicating. I need feedback and
Mutual respect. It's just mutual respect.
yeah.
It's mutual respect as parents of your children.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And listen, I
And you can't
absolutely,
control other people, like, period. I mean, we say this all the time. Let
you
them, let me.
you're right. And I mean, again, to be mindful about the way they process.
Yep.
Because I could tell you when uh, Mila's dad and I split, he was out like living life and he was doing everything that you're doing, like out doing his thing. And I was home every day sobbing
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for
I
like
remember.
2 years.
I know.
Like it was hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm not saying it's going to take him 2 years. Don't get me
Right.
wrong. But your heads are in different
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
And that needs to be respected too,
Yeah.
Agree.
Agree. If
So,
you guys have any advice for us or thoughts for me as far as maybe techniques or tools that you've used when you've been early on in the co-parenting adventure and could offer me some
any advice? We're
yeah,
open to everything.
food for thought, I'm totally open to it. If you're seeing me behaving in a way based on like what I'm saying that's like totally crazy or not making sense, or I'm not behaving in a way that
It might be out of
could
line.
help
If she's
me,
being out of line.
yeah, like please call me out. Like, I really truly want this to be a good experience. I don't want this to be difficult for anyone. I want to make it as easy as I can for him and for my kids so we can all move forward cohesively as a family and just keep doing what we've been doing,
Yeah.
but without the resentment. And I think that's the part that's the hardest, right? I can't make someone get over their own anger or their own resentment. It's on their time.
You can't tell people how to feel.
No.
That's it.
Yeah.
And he's going to feel how he's going to feel. You're going to feel how you're going to feel. Just like he cannot tell you how to feel.
Correct.
All right? So it's everybody just has to understand this is very fresh still.
Yeah.
Give it time. You're very hard on yourself. And I think part of it too is because you like to control whatever you could
Everything.
possibly control.
Mhm.
And I'm the same way.
Yeah.
So having to put that down and know that you can't, that's a job in and of itself.
Yeah, it is.
It's not easy. That's a really hard
Especially
adjustment.
when putting down, unfortunately, creates a situation where your kids get uncomfortable.
Yeah, that it sucks. It
I don't-
sucks. And I hate to say it,
It's the
but because
worst
we
part
do
of
everything we
setting
can.
these boundaries is like it's hurting them.
Well, we do everything to make sure that they are not collateral damage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, you can't be treated like a doormat.
No.
You know what I mean? And like, you got to get on the same page.
Yeah.
Focus on smaller goals. But yeah, any
Smaller
advice
goals.
anybody else has,
Yes, please.
bring them.
Bring it on. Okay.
All ears.
So let's wrap it up.
All right.
Thank you for listening to me sob again, but this is the reality of what happens when you're going through divorce and some of this real-time struggles that I'm having. And I feel like we have such a great community here that I would love any input from anyone who's been through this that can sort of help me to make things
Moms,
better.
dads, all of them.
Yeah,
Tell
everyone.
us all the sides.
I want to hear all the sides.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.